Okay, welcome. I'm so glad that so many of you could come out because we have a very special occasion out here today, an occasion that many folks here at the Foxtrotter Association have been looking forward to many, many years. I know at least 10 years that this has been in the works, and many years before that people have thought about this. I want to welcome you to the Missouri Foxtrotting Highway Dedication Ceremony. At last. And for those of you that do not know me, my name is Joyce Graining. I am the president of the Missouri Foxtrotter Association this year, and we've had a wonderful show all week, even with the rain and lightning last night. And I want to thank all of you for lasting with us and culminating in tonight's championship in this wonderful dedication ceremony that we have. We are very, very fortunate today in that we have several distinguished guests sitting up here, a few that are going to say a few words for you, and I would like to introduce those folks at this time. With us today, I want you to welcome Senator Jay Wasson, Representative Tony Duggar, Agricultural Representative Bob Kohlmeyer, on behalf of U.S. Representative Billy Long, District 7, Agricultural Representative Don Lucietta, on behalf of Senator Roy Blunt, Representative Lyle Rowland, District 143, Presumptive Representative Sonia Murray Anderson, and Wright County Presiding Commissioner Zach Wiggins. I also want to take just a minute to thank a couple of former presidents that have also worked hard on this. I think back in 2002, we had folks on the board at that time that really worked hard to make this possible. We had a president that came right after that. His name was Mr. Jim Mann. Unfortunately, Mr. Mann has passed away, but I do want to honor him and say that he did a lot of work, and I know he probably talked to some of you folks to try to get this day to come. So I want to thank Jim. Jim's family is here. We invited them. I'm not sure if any of them are here, but I do want to thank Jim for all the work that he did to make this day come forward also. We have many other people that I know that have worked hard, long and hard on this. And at this time, though, I want to turn the program over to Assistant District Engineer Chris Rutledge from the Missouri Department of Transportation, who has been working with me, and will introduce our other guests and make a few comments. So, Chris?
Thank you, Joyce. We have anybody here tonight that's from Missouri? Who's from Missouri? By show of hands. Okay. Do we have anyone who's from outside the state of Missouri? We see that? Good. Hey, we want to welcome you to our great state of Missouri. I say that certainly out of pride in what we have in this state, but also in recognition of the horse, the Foxtrotter, the Missouri Foxtrotter, that you all are here to celebrate and to enjoy. Those that came to Missouri, especially here in the rugged Ozark Hills, had a certain mindset, and it dealt with living in ruggedness and having to deal with endurance and coming through all that still looking pretty darn good. I share that because the description of the Missouri Foxtrotter is that of a breed of horse that deals with ruggedness, that has endurance, and still looks pretty darn good. When we look at the hills and the terrain that are around us, the beauty of the Ozarks, we realize that the type of work that is needed to survive and to thrive in an area like this requires a work ethic and a strength that's exhibited both by man and horse. Winston Churchill once said that the outside of the horse brings out the best of the inside of a man. And I believe the Missouri Foxtrotter exhibits that as much as any. You know, today, to leave a legacy, it is commemorated in so many different ways. We see it on the sides of football stadiums. We see bridges named after those who have fallen in the line of duty. And we commemorate and recognize the values of those individuals, and in this case, those breeds of horses that have had an enduring impact on our culture. Today we recognize that Highway Route 5 from Mansfield, Missouri, south to Ava, Missouri, is designated as the Missouri Foxtrotting Highway. Long overdue. We will hear from those who have helped make that legislative possibility come to reality. We hope that the designation of this highway will serve as a reminder of the impact of Missouri Foxtrotters on the lives of many. We hope that not only it designate that, but it lead the pathway here to where it's gathered every year to celebrate this wonderful horse. At this time, I would like to introduce the Honorable Tony Duggar of the Missouri House of Representatives to share his thoughts. Tony?
Thank you, Chris. It's an honor to be here with you all today to share in this occasion. And just to tell you how much we appreciate this facility being in my district here in the 144th and what it means to the communities around here, and how grateful we are that you're here, and we're just glad that you're here. You know, in Jeff City you get the opportunity to work, or I do, on a lot of legislation, but when you get to work on some legislation that hits right down and affects your district, it's just an enjoyable experience. I know the other legislators will tell you that too, but when you get to do something that helps your district in Jeff City, it's something that you're just glad to work on and glad to do, which I was glad to work on and file this piece of legislation that we get done. But you also realize that you can't do nothing in Jefferson City by yourself. It takes a lot of people to help get that accomplished, and Jay Wasson, who's going to speak here in a minute, was also very instrumental in helping me get this done on the Senate side. We got this bill through early, you know, and got it going. It seemed to run into some difficulties along the way, but it seemed like we got it through, you know, and we got down to the end, and then we got some more difficulties. And Lyle Rowland, who's also here, who's going to be the new state rep for this district, he also jumped in and helped me with an amendment that he filed on the floor to help get this going also. But in the end, we did get it done. We were glad to work on it, and I was just honored to be able to carry this piece of legislation for you guys, and we're glad that we've got it accomplished. And thank you very much for having us this evening.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Duggar touched on that theme as well. That is, the legislative process sometimes, even in endeavors such as this, that too can be somewhat of a rugged task and requires endurance. And again, I might add, in the end, it came out looking pretty good. So certainly we want to thank our legislators for the work that they have done. At this time, I would like to introduce Senator Jay Wasson for any words that he may want to share.
Thank you, Chris. For me, this was a little bit of a heritage type thing. Not many people would believe it, but my dad was born in 1896. I was a late baby to a spry old man. And when he came up, when he was growing up, personal transportation was either your feet or a horse. And I can remember listening to him many, many times talk about an old mare named Bess that was a foxtrotter, and how she could travel all day long, and when you got off of her, you were not a bit more tired than you were than when you got on her. And he spoke so glowingly and so lovingly about that old horse. He bought me the first horse I ever had was a little filly that could foxtrot. She never stacked up to Bess in Dad's mind, I'm sure, but to me, I've had some history here, and this facility, what you do here, what you people do for the breed, it made common sense to make this bill to make it happen. It made a lot of sense to us. And Tony filed the bill, Tony Duggar. I was tickled to death when he asked me if I'd handle it in the Senate. We did get it done. Sometimes simple common sense bills don't always happen as easy as they should, but it did take some work, but we got it done. And I just think it's very appropriate for what's sitting here, for what's been done here, for what will be here for the future, and to have that highway named Foxtrot Highway, it just makes a lot of sense. Thank you for having us. Really appreciate it, and we're glad to get it done. Thank you.
At this time, we're going to unveil what the road sign designating the Missouri Fox Trotting Highway will look like. And I'll share these closing words before I ask those to come up to unveil it. And again, I'll quote Winston Churchill, who was an avid horseman, and I charge you all with this. He said that 1 hour spent in the saddle is never a waste of time. We should value the heritage. We should value the opportunity to enjoy this wonderful horse. At this time, we will share what this roadway sign will look like and will be installed on Route 5 in time. I might, before we unveil this, I might share this also. You will have opportunity to have your picture taken with the sign after this event, so I would encourage you to do so on that. So this time, Joyce and I will reveal this sign. Once again, we want to thank everyone for being here this time of commemoration and appreciate your support for the Missouri Foxtrotter, and may it continue to bless you in all the works that you do. Thank you again.